Hey guys, today I'm filming in my spare room at my new house because my room's a mess, and I'm also filming on my iPhone because I have not unpacked my camera yet. My name's Anders, I'm in 12th grade, so this one is very interesting because he is not a victim, but he is a bully. He said he bullied someone in the past and he would like to share his story. So in 9th grade he got expelled for dragging a naked kid out of the changing room who was changing clothes for gym class and embarrassed him in front of 50 kids who were in the gym. So he said he just enjoyed embarrassing people and he liked making them look stupid in front of crowds. And you know he's stupid, but that's how he was back in the day. So he said he started making more of those bad influential friends who eventually started doing some bullying toward the nerds. I don't know. You know, the nerds. And so they purposely took their books and threw them in the garbage. They stole their backpacks and hid them. Then they met this new transfer student from France who couldn't speak English very well. He was a wimpy kid, skinny, not so tall and pale, and they started picking on him and made some childish French jokes at gym class. They made fun of him for having a small penis. And they also went over to his house one day and graffitied a huge penis on his door. They made a fake account of his on Facebook and started posting extremely small penises as pictures and said it was his. So they basically just gave him a really hard time while he was over here in America. They just started damaging his house too. So they broke his windows, peed on his doorway, lit a small fire in his yard, burned a bit of grass, etc. Then one day they were there to do the same thing again or something similar, and they saw him looking through the window. He was cutting his wrist with a razor blade and crying sadly. And they never thought that the skinny pale geek guy would do self-harm, but as soon as they saw that, they felt extremely sorry for him and returned home. So the next day at lunch, they went over to him and apologized for what they did. And in front of everyone watching, he apologized. So he and the exchange student, I think, he and the transfer student both high-fived each other, and everything was back to normal. So he also did a speech on bullying experiences and how people hit, swear, tease, bully, and thoughtlessly without knowing what kind of pain that they're going through. He said that his life has changed ever since that day, and he never ever went back to bullying. Plus, he made an anti-bullying school club, and they protect people who are bullied, and he's really a big supporter of this channel. So, thank you, first of all, Anders, for supporting my channel. I did have my own, being on the same side of bullying as you are. For a little while, I was like the bully, and I don't remember it very well, but I know that I bullied people when I was younger because I was just a brat. But, you experienced this when you were in high school, and some of the things that you did, obviously, I'm sure you know now, are pretty awful, and unfortunately, bullies do, bully and not even realize how much harm they're doing to someone. And sometimes it gets down to the point where people commit suicide. And you know what? Bullies push it too far sometimes. And they don't realize that until, something bad happens. And that's awful. So, if you're a bully on your own, I would just really like you to realize that, what you say and what you do might be way more harmful to the person you're bullying than you might imagine. And you have no idea what's going on in their head. You might be bullying someone with a mental disability or a mental disease, and they might be taking it a lot harder than you thought, and, it might be much more personal to them. So just watch what you say and do. Don't bully people. It's just mean. And some people are much more sensitive than others. And, just like Anders found out this kid might be hurting themselves because of what you're saying. So it's really not worth putting anyone's life in jeopardy to be a bully. And unfortunately, it took Anders seeing his, bullied victim harming himself to realize that he's just pushing it way too far. So luckily, Anders had a good experience out of this, and him and the kid he bullied just, mended and moved on together as friends. So, Anders, I really am happy that you started an anti-bullying club in your school. Those are very important, and I know that, especially in larger schools, those are probably much more helpful. But I'm glad that you got a positive experience out of this and you didn't remain a bully. But if you have any similar stories, advice, tips, or whatever for Anders or me, feel free to leave them in a comment below. If you have your own stories, similar or not, you can leave them here in my inbox on YouTube, or you can email me at GoodbyeBullying@yahoo.com, and I will for sure respond to you. So yeah, I just hope that you guys realize what your words mean when you say them to people. But thank you for watching. Comment, rate, and subscribe, and feel free to share your story with me so I can share it here on YouTube.